Now let's talk about an issue that all of us, especially in the National Capital Region, should be very, very concerned about. Now, just this week, the Prime Minister made a promise to the world on restoring India's forests. In his opening remarks at the UN Climate Action Meet in Greater Noida, India pledged the world that 26 million hectares of land will be brought back under the forest cover by 2030. Now, this sounds great, just what India needs, but just about 50 kilometers away from where the announcement was made, in Gurgaon, the BJP government, through a legislature, has now sanctioned 60,000 acres of forest land for development work. This has clearly agitated the citizens. They are up in arms. And this morning, we are joined by these two young soldiers of what is being called the Save Aravalli project. Both of them are Kriti. So we are going, thank you for joining us this morning. I'll begin with Kriti Bhatia. Tell me, how did this Save Aravalli project begin, the agitation begin, and what has been the involvement of all you kids so far?
Basically, this started because we were informed that the Haryana government is amending the PLPA Act, which makes it legal to do mining and constructing and urbanizing the forest cover areas of Aravallis and Shivaliks. I would like to start by saying that Haryana has the lowest forest cover in India with 3.59%. And we all know that Gurgaon and Faridabad are highly polluted cities, and the Aravallis act as a green lungs for these cities. Moreover, groundwater is going to be completely depleted in the next few years, and the Aravallis act as a water recharge zone. So this is why we're working towards this campaign to save it.
All right, and taking a cue from what Kriti was saying, if we can have that, that grab up of the map of Haryana to actually tell you how much of the state actually has a green cover. So that's the map on your screen. The bits that are marked in green right on the top, and then right there, that's the portion where Gurgaon and Faridabad is. That is perhaps the only green cover that the state has. And now this green patch is in jeopardy, as because of a new law, the PLPA Act, as she was talking about, has been introduced by the BJP government in Haryana. That brings me to the second question. Let me bring in Kriti Kakkar in there. When you guys realized this was happening, there have been lots of protests that have happened from January starting that. When you see what's happening in RA, in Mumbai, do you feel that a time has come for a protest like that to begin in the national capital? As she rightly said, this is perhaps the lungs of the NCR region.
So I feel that the protest is on a global level and not just a national level, because climate change is a very big issue and it's been taken up by the Nobel Peace Center as well. So far we've had the campaign in Gurgaon. So we started in January. We visited the Forest Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, and we talked about the implications that the PLPA amendment would have had.
What did he tell you?
He told us that he would talk about the ill effects of the amendment in our favor, but the amendment bill still passed. So after that,
he gave you, the Environment Minister had a chat with all of you and gave you a commitment, but that did not see through.
Well, no, because the amendment still passed. The only reason that the amendment didn't come into effect was that the Supreme Court issued a statement that said that Haryana government couldn't implement the new provisions of the amendment in Aravallis. So after the Supreme Court order, we're protesting right now for the Haryana government to withdraw the amendment and the act, and then reissue the protection for the forest. So right now, out of 130 notifications for forest regions, 118 have expired, and the government is going to be free to do mining activities and construction activities in those areas unless protection is issued again.
All right. Firstly, I just want to say that to both of you, it's very nice to have such informed voices, especially those in school. You guys are not voters yet, but Haryana elections are coming up. If I could ask both of you very quickly as we wrap on what would be your appeal to your parents, to your neighbors, to everybody who knows, who you know is going to be voting in the upcoming elections.
I just want to say that we should vote for the party that is going to make a change, that is going to protect our forests, because we all know that this is essential. Climate change is a major concern right now, and cities like Gurgaon and Faridabad, we need protection from pollutants, and this is important for us.
And not just the forest, we also have to talk about how groundwater is being depleted and nobody is going to do anything about it. We don't have provisions for rainwater harvesting, and we need to have compulsory rainwater harvesting because we need people to be informed and we need people to take action on their own. And we've all seen that unless laws are issued for this, people don't take action. So right now, informing people to make the right decision is very, very important.
All right, informing citizens about this issue is of supreme importance at this point. Also, I just want to add up to what the girls have said. The Aravallis pretty much protect the entire Haryana region from Rajasthan, which is primarily a desert. If this last fencing of sorts, a natural thing, was also supposed to go, then what is protecting, similar climate conditions to be seeping into Haryana? So this is a very, very grave issue, and we at NDTV will keep a very close track on that.